Okay, so I got a couple of cool pieces that I just got that I just kind of wanted to share and show some people what they were and a little about them. First thing is this bass right here. This is a 95, 96, somewhere in there, Fender precision bass, and somebody didn't take very good care of this thing. I don't know what they did, but when I got it, it had a 1-inch hole that was drilled all the way through the body on it. So what I did was I put a piece of poplar in there and filled it and put some kind of color on it and put some clear CA glue finish over the top of it just to kind of seal it up and make it solid again. Bass has definitely been played. Got some wear on the frets, but it's a nice bass. If I was going to keep it, I'd probably refret it or do at least a fret dressing on it. But a cool bass and a good bass to demo this other piece with. Now this right here, I ran across this. This is actually a preamp. It's not a power amp. It is an Acoustic 360 bass preamp, and this came with a 361 cabinet that had an amp built into it, a speaker, everything else. And this was back in the late 60s, early 70s. And if you went to a concert back in the mid 70s, you probably saw one of these on stage. Led Zeppelin used them. Fleetwood Mac used them. You know, tons of bands. War, Foghat, Jaco Pastorius used to play through one of these. And this one right here, it's a little beat up, but I've got it run through a 15-inch speaker here, just a homemade cabinet. And I've got a power amp sitting off to the side. It's a QSC. It's like 200 watts. I had to move it off the top of the amp because the guts of the power amp were vibrating too much and it was creating too much noise. But the power amp is on right now. This is off. I'll turn this on. You can hear how quiet the switch is on it when I click it on. Okay, it's on now. So pretty basic on, actually it's not really basic on controls. It's pretty state of the art for the time, I think. It's got a basic volume, treble, and bass control. And then it's got this 5-position knob that's called a variamp. And it's got an effect level on it. And it kind of changes the tone a lot of the amp, adds a lot more bass, cuts frequencies, does all kinds of crazy stuff. Then, I guess bass players want to be like guitar players. It has a fuzz built into it. So there's actually a 2-knob fuzz control on here. It's got like gain and attack. And then it's got something I have no idea why it has it, but it has a electronic tuning fork in it. And basically, to me, it just sounds like a signal generator where you can just dial in a tone and change the frequency on it. So it's controlled by this switch right here. And then it has 2 knobs. The coarse knob. And the fine knob. I guess if you wanted to make police siren sounds or something like that, it'd be cool for that. But I am not a bass player, just so you guys know. So don't bust on me for my bass playing, because I am not a bass player. But just to give you an idea what this bass sounds like through this amp. Here's position 1 of this variamp. Here's position 2. Position 3. And position 4. Into the fuzz stuff on it. does is kind of out there. It's got a ton of gain built into it. Treble control, bass control, and the volume. Believe it or not, I mean, I didn't even clean the pots on this thing, and they're not staticky at all. But the tone turned all the way up on the bass also. That's the tone turned all the way down. But that's two pieces of really cool equipment. Like I said, this bass was you know, it's pretty messed up when I got it. That somebody had drilled a hole in the back of it, and they had drilled it all the way through, and it had come through the pick guard, so it's got a new pick guard on it. But it plays good. It's good playing bass, and I'm really surprised at how well this thing sounds right here. If you're a bass player and you want something that's just killer vintage, this thing is it. It is missing the one knob on the coarse control for that tuning fork. You could probably pick one up off eBay or something like that if you wanted to get one. But if you have any questions about these things, you know, drop me a line and I'll do my best to answer it. I'm just learning about this acoustic thing. There's a lot of information online on it, just starting to catch up and read up on it. But very cool piece. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.